Welcome to Elder Zen. Hit subscribe for simple health tips made just for seniors. Stay tuned. Your next great day starts here. Have you ever noticed how your body feels stiff or sluggish after sitting for a long time? Maybe after a long afternoon watching TV, reading, or just relaxing in your favorite chair. Or maybe you've gotten up in the morning, stretched, and realized how much you needed that gentle movement. There's a reason our bodies crave motion, especially as we get older. And for those of us past 60, keeping our circulation strong is one of the smartest ways to protect our lungs, our energy, and even our independence. Today, I want to talk about a health challenge that often goes unnoticed until it suddenly becomes serious pulmonary embolism. Now, those two words might sound intimidating, but understanding them and taking simple steps at home can make all the difference. Pulmonary embolism happens when something blocks blood flow to the lungs. It can strike suddenly, turning a quiet day into a medical emergency. But here's the uplifting news. Many risk factors for pulmonary embolism are actually within our control, especially our everyday habits and how we move. You might be wondering, what does yoga have to do with my lung health? The answer is quite a lot. While yoga is often pictured as young people twisting into pretzels, the truth is that anyone at any age can benefit from gentle, home-based yoga routines. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need special equipment. And you certainly don't need to leave your living room. Why is movement, especially mindful movement like yoga, so important for seniors? Well, our circulation tends to slow down as we age. Sitting for long stretches, whether it's during travel, recovering from an illness, or simply enjoying a good book, can let blood pool in our legs. Over time, this reduced flow can set the stage for a pulmonary embolism. But regular, gentle movement helps our heart pump stronger, our lungs expand more deeply, and our whole body function more smoothly. Think of yoga not as exercise, but as self-care, a daily ritual that gently wakes up your body, keeps joints supple, and most importantly, supports healthy circulation to prevent problems like pulmonary embolism. Even if you've never done yoga before, or if you have health conditions that limit your mobility, there are safe and easy movements you can start with today. In this video, we'll explore simple home yoga routines, tailored especially for seniors and anyone concerned about keeping their lungs healthy. I'll show you how just a few minutes each day can bring more energy, better sleep, less stiffness, and greater peace of mind, because every breath you take is a gift, and every gentle movement is an investment in your future. You'll learn why yoga is more than just stretching. It's about mindful breathing, balance, and gentle strength, which poses and routines can be done from a chair or standing. No floor work required. How to listen to your body and adjust movements so they're safe and comfortable for your level. Tips for staying motivated and making yoga a natural part of your day, whether you're alone or practicing with a friend or grandchild. The science behind how yoga supports circulation, heart health, and lung function, lowering your risk for pulmonary embolism. We'll also touch on common worries like, what if I have arthritis? Or can I do yoga with a bad knee or hip? So you'll finish today's video feeling not only inspired, but empowered and safe. Let's make this an invitation, not a chore. You might be surprised by how even a little movement, raising your arms with a slow breath, rolling your shoulders, wiggling your toes, can make you feel lighter, brighter, and more in control. And you'll be joining a worldwide community of seniors who are using yoga to add years to their lives and life to their years. So find a quiet spot in your home, put on comfortable clothes, and join me as we discover how simple yoga routines can support healthy circulation and help prevent pulmonary embolism. Your health is worth these few minutes. You're worth it. Ready to begin? Let's take that first breath together and start moving toward better health, one gentle stretch at a time. Let's dive a little deeper into why gentle movement is so essential for lung health, and more specifically, for preventing pulmonary embolism. You might be asking yourself, isn't walking around the house enough? Why bother with yoga? The answer lies in how our bodies are designed and how small. Intentional movements can change everything, especially as we age. Picture your body as a river. When you're moving, stretching, and breathing deeply, that river flows smooth and strong, delivering nourishment to every corner. But when we sit for long hours or fall into routines with very little movement, maybe after an illness, surgery, or simply the comfort of daily habits, our circulation slows. Parts of that river become still and stagnant. For older adults, this is especially important because the veins in our legs need a little extra help to pump blood back up to the heart and lungs. And this is exactly where pulmonary embolism risk sneaks in. When blood pools in our lower legs, it can set the stage for a blockage in the arteries of the lungs. It's quiet, it's hidden. And sometimes the first real sign is when breathing suddenly becomes hard or there's an unexplained pain in the chest. That's why prevention truly is the best medicine, and it's why every little bit of movement counts. Now, yoga isn't just for the flexible or athletic. In fact, the beauty of simple home yoga routines is that they can be adapted for everybody, whether you're standing, sitting, or even lying down. Gentle ankle rolls, foot flexes, slow arm lifts, and seated twists can help activate your calf muscles and keep your circulation humming. You don't need to touch your toes or hold your breath. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. What's more, yoga encourages us to listen inward. With each slow, mindful movement, we're invited to check in with our bodies. How does that stretch feel? Where is there tightness? Are you holding your breath or breathing deeply? Over time, these check-ins build awareness, a skill that might help you spot subtle changes in your body long before they become problems. Let's not overlook the power of mindful breathing. Many yoga routines focus as much on breath as on movement. And this is crucial for lung health. When you breathe deeply, you help expand the air sacs in your lungs, bring in more oxygen, and even support the muscles that help keep your chest and back strong. Inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, paired with gentle stretches, helps to reduce stress, calm your nervous system, and bring a sense of peace benefits that reach far beyond just physical health. It's also worth saying, you don't need a fancy mat, expensive equipment, or a background in fitness to start. A sturdy chair, a bit of open floor space, and a willingness to try is all you need. You can make yoga your own practice for just a few minutes in the morning, after lunch, or before bedtime. The consistency is what matters, and if you feel unsure, or perhaps even a little self-conscious at first, remember that you're not alone. Many seniors have started these simple routines later in life and have found new confidence, balance, and energy. In fact, studies show that older adults who add gentle movement like yoga into their daily lives often report better sleep, steadier moods, and a greater sense of control over their health. So as we move forward in this video, keep in mind, yoga is less about the pose and more about the purpose. Each breath, each stretch, each moment you spend caring for your body is a small step away from risk and toward vitality. You have the power to support your own circulation, strengthen your lungs, and enjoy more freedom just by moving a little each day. In the next segment, I'll share a handful of easy, safe yoga movements you can try right at home no matter your no matter your age or ability. Get ready to join me as we discover how simple habits can make a powerful difference for your lungs, your energy, and your independence. Let's get practical now. You might be sitting there thinking, all right, I'm convinced that movement matters. But what does that look like for someone my age or with my health issues? The truth is, it can be simple, gentle, and totally adaptable to your comfort and abilities. Even if you've never tried yoga before, you can start today right where you are. So, imagine us sitting together in your living room. Maybe you're in a sturdy chair or on the edge of your bed, or perhaps You're able to stand with some support. The point isn't about how fit you are. It's about honoring your body's need for movement and connection. Let's begin with ankle pumps and circles. These are the unsung heroes for anyone who's spent a little too much time sitting. Just lift one foot slightly and gently point. Your toes up toward your face, then down toward the floor as if you're pressing a gas pedal. Repeat this 10 times, then switch feet. Follow with slow, gentle circles in each direction. It might seem simple, but this little movement helps activate the calf muscles, nudging blood upward and supporting healthy flow back to the lungs. Now, let's bring our attention up to the knees. If you're sitting, simply straighten one leg at a time and hold for a moment before lowering it back down. If you're standing, a few gentle knee bends holding onto a table or chair for support can do wonders. With each slow movement, try to synchronize your breath. Inhale as you straighten or rise. Exhale as you bend or lower. This mindful coordination is a hallmark of yoga and does so much to support your circulation and lung capacity. How about your back and chest? One of my favorite moves for all ages is the seated twist. Sitting tall, place your right hand on your left knee, your left hand behind you for support, and gently twist your upper body to the left only as far as feels comfortable. Hold for a breath or two, then slowly return and switch sides. This move not only wakes up your spine, but it helps expand your chest, giving your lungs a chance to open wide and take in fresh air. Let's not forget about the shoulders and arms, which play a bigger role in our breathing than most people realize. Try simple shoulder rolls. Lift your shoulders up toward your ears, then roll them back and down, creating a slow, easy circle. Repeat a few times, relaxing any tension you might be holding. Even gentle arm lifts can be a form of yoga. Sit or stand tall, and as you inhale, slowly sweep your arms out and up overhead. As you exhale, bring them back down by your sides. Move with your breath, nice and slow. This simple action encourages deep, full breathing and strengthens the muscles that support your chest and back. Every so often, pause for a moment to notice how you're feeling. Is your heart beating a little faster? Do you feel more awake, maybe even a little lighter? That's your body saying thank you. The beauty of these moves is that they can be done throughout the day while watching TV, reading, or chatting with a loved one. Remember, safety first. If you have any concerns about balance, use a chair or wall for support. And if you ever feel dizzy or short of breath, pause and rest. The goal isn't to push through pain or exhaustion, but to listen to your body's cues. Over time, as you practice these movements, maybe just 5 or 10 minutes each day, you'll likely notice subtle shifts. Perhaps you sleep a little better. Maybe walking feels steadier, or you're more confident getting up from a chair. Each of these improvements supports not only your physical health, but your sense of independence and freedom. As we wrap up this segment, I encourage you to celebrate each effort, no matter how small. Even a single stretch or breath is a step in the right direction. Coming up, we'll talk about how to combine these movements into a simple daily routine and add breathing techniques that maximize lung strength, keeping you safer, stronger, and more connected to the joys of life. Now that you know a handful of simple, powerful movements, you might be asking, how do I put these together? How can I turn these small steps into a routine that truly fits my daily life and actually helps prevent pulmonary embolism? This is where the magic happens. Because what makes the biggest difference isn't a single heroic workout, but the gentle, steady habit of caring for yourself every day. Let's paint a picture of what your mornings could look like. Imagine waking up and, before you even leave your bedroom, taking a moment to stretch your ankles and feet, slowly circling them as you breathe in the promise of a new day. It's gentle, it's easy, and it's your way of saying to your body, let's get ready for movement. Let's keep our blood flowing. You might even notice, after a week or two, That morning stiffness fades a little faster. And standing up feels easier as you move into your living room or kitchen. Maybe before breakfast, set aside 5 or 10 minutes for a mini yoga session. You don't need a fancy mat or even special clothes, just a sturdy chair, a bit of space, and the willingness to show up for yourself. Start with those ankle pumps and circles, then gently straighten and bend each knee, matching your movement to your breath. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about paying attention to what feels right in your body, making small adjustments, and letting each stretch be a reminder that you care for your health. After that, try the seated twist and gentle shoulder rolls we practiced. Each movement is like waking up your circulation, inviting oxygen deeper into your lungs, and telling your heart, "I'm working with you." You can finish with a round or two of arm lifts, breathing in deeply as your arms sweep up, and exhaling slowly as they return to your sides. Let this be a moment of peace before the busyness of the day begins. You might wonder, is that really enough to make a difference? Absolutely. When it comes to supporting your lungs and circulation, consistency beats intensity every time. A few minutes of gentle yoga done regularly helps train your body to move more efficiently, keeps your muscles strong, and reduces the stiffness that can come with sitting for long periods. These movements help your lungs expand fully, keeping them resilient and strong, so important for lowering your risk of pulmonary embolism as you age. But let's be real, we all have days where motivation is low. That's okay. On those days, pick just one movement. Maybe it's ankle pumps while you watch TV, or a simple seated twist after lunch. The point is not to strive for perfection, but to celebrate every effort, big or small. Over time, you might even find yourself looking forward to these short breaks, a chance to stretch, breathe, and connect with your own well-being. And don't forget, routines are even more effective when shared. Invite a family member or a friend to join you, even if it's virtually. Sometimes, knowing someone else is moving with you even from afar can be the boost you need to stay consistent. Or keep a small journal or checklist to mark each day's effort. Seeing your progress in writing can be deeply encouraging as you develop your own routine. Listen to your body's signals. If you ever feel pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, pause and rest. It's always smart to check with your doctor before starting a new exercise program, especially if you have health concerns. But for most people, these gentle moves are safe, adaptable, and a wonderful way to care for your whole self. In a world where so much feels out of our control, these daily practices are your way of saying, "I choose to support my health. Choose to invest in more energy, more freedom, and more good days ahead." Your commitment, even if it's just a few minutes, can ripple outward, giving you greater confidence and independence at any age. Up next, we'll talk about adding simple breathwork to your yoga and how mindful breathing supports lung health and overall vitality. Stay with me, and let's keep moving forward together. Let's continue on this journey together. If you've ever paused during the day just to take a slow, deep breath, you know the difference it makes not just for your body, but for your mind and spirit. Now, imagine weaving that sense of calm and renewal into your daily movement practice. That's what mindful breathing can do, and for seniors especially. This simple habit can be a true lifeline for your lung health and protection against pulmonary embolism. So, what exactly is mindful breathing? And how can you blend it seamlessly into your yoga routine at home, even if you've never tried it before? The beauty is, mindful breathing doesn't require fancy techniques or years of experience. It's as easy as taking a slow inhale, holding for a moment, and letting go with a relaxed exhale, paying attention to the air as it flows in and out, like the gentle tide coming in and out on a quiet beach. Let's try it now, together. As you sit comfortably, whether in your chair or on the edge of your bed, Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Close your eyes if you like, or simply soften your gaze. Take a breath in through your nose, feeling your chest and belly. Gently rise. Hold for just a second, and then release that breath slowly, feeling your body relax. Notice the feeling of the air filling your lungs, the gentle expansion, and then the peaceful emptying as you breathe out. You don't have to force anything. There's no need to make your breath longer or deeper than feels natural. The goal is simply to notice. With each mindful breath, your lungs open a bit more, bringing in fresh oxygen, nourishing your body, and encouraging circulation. And as your body relaxes, your heart rate slows, your mind calms, and stress melts away. This relaxation helps keep your blood vessels open and your blood moving, creating an environment that's less inviting for any problems like pulmonary embolism to develop down. Imagine adding this mindful breathing to your simple yoga routine. For example, as you raise your arms overhead, inhale deeply. As you lower your arms, exhale and let your shoulders relax. When you twist gently in your chair, breathe in as you prepare and breathe out as you rotate, feeling tension drift away. With every exhale, each movement becomes more than exercise. It becomes a moving meditation, nurturing not just your muscles, but your whole being. What if you're new to all of this? That's perfectly okay. The smallest effort counts. Even if you spend just a minute or two each day focusing on your breath, you are sending your body the message that it deserves attention, care, and patience. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Over time, you may find yourself reaching for a deep breath when you feel tired, anxious, or stiff, using your breath to restore energy and comfort. For those moments in the day when you feel rushed or overwhelmed, pause for a breath. While waiting for the kettle to boil or before answering the phone, simply inhale deeply and exhale slowly. These mindful pauses are little gifts you give yourself, quietly strengthening your lungs and calming your heart. It's important to remember, too, that mindful breathing can help you notice changes in your body. If you find that you're suddenly more short of breath or that breathing feels different than usual, it can be an early signal to check in with your doctor, especially if you're at risk for pulmonary embolism. Awareness is power, and the simple act of paying attention can be truly life-saving. Let's make this real. Imagine Margaret, age 76, who started each day with a few minutes of ankle pumps, gentle stretches, and mindful breathing at her window. She discovered not only did her energy improve, but she was more attuned to her own body. When her breathing felt different one morning, she didn't ignore it. Instead, she called her doctor and caught a small problem before it could grow. Margaret's story is a gentle reminder. Your breath is your ally. Every inhale is a fresh beginning, and every exhale a step toward calm and health as we move forward. Keep these mindful practices close. In the next segment, we'll share how to modify your routine for your personal needs, how to build on these foundations, and ways to keep yourself motivated so every day you feel empowered and protected. You're not just moving. You're building a shield of well-being, one breath at a time. Let's continue exploring together. Now that you've started to discover how mindful breathing can blend into gentle yoga, let's talk about something equally important: adapting every movement to fit your unique body. Because the truth is, we are all different. Some of us may have arthritis in our knees. Some might feel stiff in the morning, while others simply worry about balance. And you know what? That's not just okay, it's absolutely normal. Adapting. Yoga is not about lowering your expectations. It's about listening to your body's wisdom and honoring where you are today. Too often, people see images of yoga and think it's about bending into difficult shapes or pushing through discomfort. But real, beneficial yoga, especially for those aiming to protect themselves from pulmonary embolism, is all about gentle, mindful movement. It's about building a partnership between your breath, your muscles, and your heart. Let's imagine for a moment you're setting up for your practice at home. There's no need for fancy equipment, a sturdy chair, a soft blanket, and maybe a quiet spot near a window are more than enough. If standing is a challenge, seated yoga is a wonderful way to get the benefits of movement without the fear of losing. Balance. Try simple ankle rotations, gentle knee lifts, or slow arm circles, always syncing your breath to each move. Remember, it's the consistency of movement that matters most, not how far you can stretch. In fact, for those at risk of pulmonary embolism, avoiding overexertion is crucial. Overdoing it can sometimes lead to fatigue or, rarely, even injury. But regular, moderate movement, just a few minutes at a time, keeps circulation strong, muscles active, and lungs refreshed. That's your real victory. Perhaps you're thinking, but I have joint pain, or I'm afraid I'll do it wrong. Let's put those worries at ease. Start with the smallest motion you can do comfortably, and build from there. Listen to your body's feedback. It's a lifelong friend. If something hurts, pause. If it feels good, repeat it. Every step, every motion is progress. Don't forget to use props or supports. If you need to, hold on to the back of a chair during standing movements or keep a rolled towel under your knees for comfort. There's no one right way, just your way. Even tiny movements, like flexing your toes or gently lifting your heels, wake up circulation and help your body stay resilient. Let's bring this to life with a story. Picture Tom, age 79. After a bout of pneumonia, he felt weak and unsteady. Traditional exercise classes seemed overwhelming. Instead, his daughter introduced him to simple, modified chair yoga. At first, Tom barely moved more than his feet. But each day, he added another motion, an arm stretch, a gentle twist, a neck roll. Weeks passed, and not only did Tom regain his confidence, but he also noticed less swelling in his ankles, a better mood, and fewer off days. For Tom, progress didn't mean perfection. It meant feeling more alive, one careful step at a time. And remember, adapting yoga is about being kind to yourself, not rushing, and celebrating every improvement. If you ever feel stuck or unsure, reach out to a friend, family member, or even an online class for support. Community, even virtual, can provide inspiration, accountability, and encouragement, reminding you that you're not alone on this path. To keep yourself motivated, set a daily reminder or pair your practice with another joyful habit like playing soft music, enjoying the morning sun, or even sharing your session with a loved one. The goal isn't just to move, but to make movement something you look forward to, a time you cherish. As we look ahead, remember, every gentle stretch, every mindful breath, every adapted pose is a gift you give yourself. You're not just protecting your body against pulmonary embolism, you're embracing a future of independence, strength, and peace of mind. In our next segment, we'll tie together these tools and talk about how to build a lifelong routine that supports your lungs, your circulation, and your happiness, step by step. So stay with me, there's so much more to enjoy and discover at any age. And every moment you invest in yourself is a moment of hope and empowerment. Now that you've discovered how to listen to your body and make every movement your own, let's talk about the power of consistency, the real secret ingredient in any journey to better health. Because, as anyone who's ever tried to build a new habit knows, the hardest part is not the first day or even the first week, it's making it last. Imagine this. It's a peaceful morning. The sunlight is gently peeking through your window. The air feels fresh, and you have just a few quiet moments before the day picks up speed. This is your golden opportunity. You don't need fancy equipment, a gym membership, or a complicated plan. All you need is a small space, a comfortable chair or mat, and the willingness to give yourself just 10 minutes. Think of it as a gift you unwrap every day, a promise you make to your future self. The most effective routines are simple. Start with 2 or 3 gentle stretches that you enjoy. Maybe it's reaching your arms overhead and taking a deep, slow breath, or rolling your shoulders to melt away tension. Perhaps you add in those ankle circles or seated twists from earlier segments. There's no need to rush. Let each movement feel like a friendly greeting to your muscles and your lungs. Here's a tip that works wonders. Pair your yoga with a daily activity you already do. For example, before breakfast or after your favorite cup of tea, spend a few moments with your stretches. Over time, this pairing becomes a trigger, a natural part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or watering your plants. And if you ever miss a day, don't let guilt creep in. Progress is not a straight line. One missed session doesn't erase the benefits of all your hard work. So come back the next day, greet yourself with kindness, and begin again. That's the beauty of a lifelong routine. It's always ready and waiting for you. No matter what, as you become more comfortable, consider adding variety to keep things interesting. Maybe on Mondays, you try a few extra standing poses, while Fridays become your relax and restore day with deeper breathing and more gentle motions. Mix in some music, open a window to feel the breeze, or invite a friend or family member to join you, even virtually. Shared routines can strengthen not just bodies, but bonds. You might also find it motivating to keep a simple journal, right? Down how you feel before and after your practice, any improvements in energy, mood, or how your legs and lungs feel. Over weeks and months, these notes become a powerful reminder of just how far you've come. Even if progress is slow and steady, don't be surprised if other areas of your life start to change for the better too. People often find that their sleep improves, their stress melts away more easily, and even little aches and pains become more manageable. That's because you're not just working on your flexibility or your strength, you're nurturing your whole self, mind, and body. If you need inspiration, there are wonderful free resources online, with gentle yoga routines designed specifically for seniors or people with health conditions. You might even find a local community class or group. Many libraries or senior centers offer sessions either in person or online. Let's hear a quick story to encourage you. Meet Linda, age 73, who struggled for years with morning stiffness and low energy. At first, she worried yoga wouldn't be for her. But with a little encouragement from her granddaughter, Linda started practicing for just 5 minutes a day, always after her morning coffee. It wasn't long before 5 minutes became 10, and 10 minutes became a cherished half hour of movement and mindfulness. Now, Linda says she feels more in control of her health than she has in decades. Her story is a testament to the power of starting small and building slowly. So, as you step forward, remember, your yoga routine isn't about perfection. It's about caring for yourself every day, creating a rhythm of gentle movement and deep breath that will serve you now and far into the future. Every time you show up for yourself, you're investing in more freedom, more energy, and more joy. And as we head into the final segment, we'll look at how to celebrate your progress and make every step on this journey feel like a true victory, no matter where you begin. Stay with me, and let's keep moving forward together. As we draw closer to the end of this journey together, let's pause and truly appreciate how far you've come. Sometimes we focus so much on the routines, the checklists, and the daily habits that we forget the real victory is simply showing up for ourselves again and again. So take a deep breath right now and let yourself feel proud of every effort, big or small, that you've made to nurture your health and your future. You might be wondering, is it really making a difference? And the answer, backed by stories and science alike, is a resounding yes. Each stretch, every gentle twist, every moment spent breathing with intention, these are investments in your well-being that build upon each other. Quietly, yet powerfully. Think of it like planting a garden. At first, you may not see much change, but with patience and care, roots grow strong and flowers begin to bloom. Let's talk about progress. It doesn't always look like leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's as simple as waking up with a little less stiffness, walking a few more steps than yesterday, or feeling more energized for your favorite activities. These small wins are worth celebrating. Write them down, share them with a friend, or even reward yourself with a relaxing cup of tea after your yoga session. These acts of self-kindness fuel your motivation and make the journey more joyful. And remember, comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is uniquely yours. If you find yourself looking at others and feeling left behind, gently bring your focus back to your own progress. Your story matters, and every step forward, no matter how modest, counts in ways you may not even realize yet. Let's bring in another real-life story for inspiration. Meet Harold, age 68. After his recovery from pulmonary embolism, he felt uncertain and discouraged. Could he ever feel like himself again? With encouragement from his daughter, Harold began practicing simple yoga at home. At first, he could barely finish a routine. But with time and consistency, his stamina improved, his breathing deepened, and his confidence returned. The first week was tough, Harold admits, but every day, I reminded myself why I started. Now, movement feels like freedom, and I'm back to gardening and walking my dog, things I thought I'd lost. Harold's story reminds us, persistence pays off, and hope can always be renewed. It's never too late to start, and there is no such thing as too slow when you are caring for your health. Now, let's talk about how to keep this momentum going. One powerful tip is to connect with others on the same path. Maybe you have a friend or neighbor who's also looking for ways to stay active. Invite them to join your home routine, even virtually. Community, even from a distance, can provide support and encouragement that lifts your spirits and keeps you accountable. If you ever find yourself struggling, perhaps a day when energy is low or motivation fades, remember that setbacks are normal. Listen to your body, rest when needed, and trust that every pause is just a chance to recharge. Your routine will be waiting for you, ready to welcome you back with open arms. Finally, celebrate the new confidence you're building. Maybe you're standing taller, breathing easier, or simply enjoying the peace of mind that comes with knowing you are taking steps to protect yourself from pulmonary embolism. These changes, subtle at first, add up to a future of greater independence, vitality, and joy. As we close this segment and look toward a lifetime of healthy habits, remember, you have everything you need to continue this journey. Every movement, every mindful breath, and every choice you make is a powerful act of self-care. Stay proud, stay curious, and most of all, stay moving. Because every step is a step toward a stronger, healthier, and more joyful you. Now, as we bring our time together to a close, let's carry forward the spirit of progress and self-care that we've built in these past moments. Think back to where we began. Perhaps with curiosity, maybe with a bit of hesitation, or simply a desire to learn something that could make a real difference in your life. Wherever you started, take a second now to appreciate how much you've grown. Just by being present and open to new ideas. It's easy, as we age, to believe that our best days are behind us, that changes in our bodies or worries about conditions like pulmonary embolism will define what's ahead. But you've proven today that every day is a new opportunity, not just for information, but for transformation. The routines and mindful movements we explored aren't just about the body, they're also about nurturing your spirit, your independence, and your capacity for hope. Let's take a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished. Perhaps you found a stretch that brings you relief, or maybe you discovered a breathing exercise that calms your mind. Maybe you've simply realized that you're not alone on this journey. There are countless others, just like you, searching for ways to live better, longer, and with more joy. Community can be as close as a phone call or as wide as an online group. Sharing your journey, your challenges, and your victories can be a gift not just to yourself, but to others, walking the same path as you move into your own routine, maybe tomorrow morning, or right after this video. Remember, progress doesn't have to be flashy or dramatic. Sometimes it's simply noticing that your breath comes a little easier, your step feels a little lighter, or your heart is just a bit more at peace. These are the moments that build a strong, resilient foundation for the years ahead. And don't forget, setbacks are not the end. They're part of the process, natural as the tides. On those days when energy is low or motivation dips, be gentle with yourself. Even a few minutes of movement or a mindful pause can renew your strength. Return to your why. Maybe it's a grandchild, a beloved pet, or simply the wish to feel more in control of your health. That why is a powerful ally, ready to guide you through the ups and downs. Let me share one more story to remind you what's possible. Imagine Ruth, age 73. After surviving pulmonary embolism, she doubted she'd ever dance at her daughter's wedding or tend her beloved roses. But through gentle home yoga, simple movement, and the support of friends, Ruth not only regained her strength, she discovered new confidence and even more zest for life. I used to think being careful meant sitting still. She laughs now. But now I know being careful means staying curious, staying active, and believing in new beginnings. Your story, too, is still unfolding. Each chapter is yours to write. With every healthy habit, every moment of self-care, and every connection you nurture. So as this video ends, I encourage you. Keep moving, keep learning, and keep sharing your light with those around you. Your example matters more than you know, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones, friends, and even strangers who might be inspired by your courage. And if you found value in this journey, please share this video with someone who could use a boost of encouragement. Like and subscribe for more practical, compassionate tips on healthy living. And don't forget to leave a comment. Your story might be the tea. Your story might be the inspiration someone else needs to take their first step. Thank you for spending this precious time with me. Remember, every breath, every stretch, and every step forward is an act of hope, a promise to yourself that your best days can still be ahead. Here's to new energy, new confidence, and a life lived with purpose and joy at any age. Until next time, keep moving, keep believing, and keep celebrating the wonderful, strong, and resilient person you are.